The Teki 1 Basic Seminar really is the start of an entirely new life, of your life, cleared of everything that is not you, where you are anchored more and more in your true self, in your soul, with more and more of an inner knowing of what and who you really are and what you're here for. As long as we go through life with little consciousness, it's not easy for us to see through the programs that are operating in us, almost unnoticed. And sometimes we reenact issues that are alive in us, over and over again, projecting them onto the screens of our lives, until we finally gained a higher perspective, have raised our vibration, to get a clear overview of what's actually going on. And that might take quite a bit of time, if we have to work it all out by ourselves, if we have to find out, for example, which questions to ask in order to get answers. And these processes, however, are incredibly accelerated in the Teki 1 seminar. Because I've already taken care of all the initial steps for you. You'll find everything you need there in 3 parts, well thought out and put together strategically, everything you really need for your development. To me, development means identifying, transforming everything you are and all the layers enveloping you, which have been hiding your true self, so that you can release your true self. And this is what we're working towards in these 3 parts. In part 1, you'll learn the Teki technique. This means you'll be reconnected to your natural creative power. Teki is nothing artificial. Albeit it's called a technique, it's simply a few specific steps which will enable you to use your natural gifts again, to use what you've been given to bring into this life. It's your birthright. This is what we'll be practicing in part 1, and you'll learn all about the background and receive all the information that's truly important. The feedback I most often get after the seminar is people saying, I know I will never be a victim again. From the start of Teki 1, you will never again be in the victim role, because you can always directly connect yourself, always access the information, get your answers, create transformation, and can always create change, sometimes within seconds. And this is possible through the training of Teki 1 Part 1. Part 2 is dedicated to transformation. This means that for 1 we'll be performing an extensive basic cleanse in 7 steps. You'll get rid of foreign energies, you'll clear yourself of oaths and vows and promises, self-limitations you've imposed on yourself, programs of self-sabotage. You'll transform blockages that might have been created in the context of religious rituals, such as a baptism or other initiations. You learn about images of reality, as well as disappointments in healing, and how you can clear your field of all of that. It's incredibly powerful. And every human being on earth should receive this basic cleanse at least once in a lifetime, in order to be able to gain clarity in their lives again. What then follows is the personal part of your transformation. There we are dealing with traumas, which are events which have strongly impacted you, either in this lifetime or in your ancestor line or in the line of your other incarnations. With Teki, we can transform anything that still blocks you in any of these places with great ease. It's a totally outmoded idea, in my point of view, to think we need to suffer again if we are to transform our suffering. This is only true if you believe it to be true. If, however, you accept, and that's also what Teki is about, if you accept that it's only densified energies which we can let go of again, so that you can transform everything with great ease and in the blink of an eye, it means that you can clear your whole life in no time at all. And this includes your soul's biography and your ancestor line. And the result is an instant elevation of your energy, of your frequency, which is permanent and sustainable. And that's the most important aspect. It's not that you take a short trip up and then you drop back down, but you're gradually elevating your basic frequency, and this is the foundation of your life. This also means that your perception of your reality on the screen of your life can and will change fundamentally by you having arrived at a higher level of frequency. So this is part 2. At the end of part 2, we also work with relationships, asking who and what am I in relationship with and how. We relate to people, to qualities, to feelings in some way. We want to transform destructive karmic ties so that the light-filled heart qualities can come to the fore again and can be lived more strongly and clearly. Another important aspect is working on forgiveness, forgiving self and others. And then, part 3 is exclusively dedicated to positive programming. So in part 3, we can say, okay, now our garden is ready for new seeds. You've removed all weeds, stones, roots, etc. And now the seeds can be sown and they're falling onto fertile ground. And only there can they truly thrive. So we don't simply work with some positive affirmations just like that, but we prepare the fertile ground in you really well so that the seeds can then sprout with great ease and very quickly. Tiki is very straightforward and very effective and very well suited for everyday use. You can tap into other quantum fields in the blink of an eye, and you can transform beliefs and convictions. You can transform the cause of feelings and emotions so that they also change. I mean, don't we often wonder why certain feelings keep coming up? Another important aspect in part 3 is the strengthening of your life force energy by fully opening your energy channel. Yeah, well, you'll find quite a few wonderful tools in part 3. Another one of them is understanding mirror reflection. So how to understand life as I am the movie projector, projecting my reality onto the screen of my life, as I might wonder why there are things in my life that I don't like. Understanding that I am creating them and how, and playfully and easily transforming their root cause with Tiki. At the end, we will be doing manifestations together. That's probably the single most important tool that makes Tiki so well suited for everyday use. Manifesting your wishes and desires is a truly masterful skill. And it can be used anytime, any minute, and of course also long term, by you working on your future from the platform of the present. Tiki 1 is truly a companion you will never want to miss again once you've truly integrated it. And I'll be very happy to have you participate in this seminar and become fully self-empowered.